Look at the move in the dollar in 2022. This thing skyrocketed from a low of like $24 in, I don't know, May or so of 2021. And then by 2022, it was trading at 25.50. And then in a 10-month period of time, this is a huge move for how the dollar works, going from 25.50 up to 30.50. That's a huge move for the dollar. And in that earnings season, I think it was the July 2022 earnings season, there was a very common theme, and it impacted a lot of, you have to remember, in the S&P 500, many of those companies now are multinational companies. Like pretty much all the Mag 7, they're multinational companies, right? You can just use, I don't know, Tesla as an example, because we were just talking about that. They sell cars in the United States. They attempt to sell cars in Europe. They sell cars in China. They're starting to sell cars in India. They're starting to sell cars in Saudi Arabia. All the Mag 7 companies and the vast majority of the companies in the S&P, these are international companies that are based in the United States. So the currency movements have a large impact. Anyway, back in 2022, that July 2022 earnings season, a lot of companies were missing on their earnings reports and missing on their guidance, specifically because the dollar was up so much. And the market was, and this was where my learning process came in, the market was extremely forgiving of that. The market tends to say, like, okay, if you miss or beat on earnings because currency movement, we don't really care too much, because currencies in the long run, they tend to be mean reverting. This is not the end of the world. Now, coming into this earnings season, we are in the opposite scenario. The dollar has been getting absolutely and utterly destroyed in 2025. I think that this is the second worst start for a calendar year for the US dollar since 1950. It's been getting absolutely destroyed. So then you see Netflix report earnings and have this great initial headline beat on their guidance, and you look and you go, oh man, that number looks great. And then when you read in the fine print, you say, oh yeah, but it's primarily because the dollar weakened out. It's almost the opposite of what happened in 2022, where companies were missing and getting a pass. Here, you had a company that reported a great earnings report and they sold it down anyway. So that might be a big theme that we see this earnings season as well. We might see a lot of companies that are multinational put up pretty good guidance and pretty good numbers, but then say, hey, we're attributing a lot of this to the weakness in the dollar, and the market doesn't treat them as kindly as a result.